All right, hello and welcome to the channel. So if you follow the thumbnail, it says 95 LT1 oil pressure sending unit. So on some of these cars, they basically looks like that. It's got 3 prongs in it, so 1 wire. This is the 1/8 NPT, and some of them are 1/4 NPT, so you really have to take your sensor out to see which one you have. Now, some people are saying that it goes by the oil filter down there, and on this particular version, it's behind the intake back there. So the last time I took it out to see what part I needed, I used a standard 1/2" drive ratchet, a standard 1/2" drive extension, and this is a 1/16 socket. Yes, it's a little big. If you put it in here, it does go a little big, but if you just gently turn it a little, you'll get it out. Now it could be the 1/8, but I didn't see where my 1/8 socket was. So if it doesn't want to comply, well, then I'll have to look for a small socket. But let's see if we could get this piece out from back there, and we could help you if you're having an issue. This is just a standard 1/2" drive socket with 12 point, I guess that's considered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 point. Okay, so let me turn off the camera since I'm all by myself. I'm going to take that apart. I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's out, and then I'll come back. All right. So, as you can see, I got this is the ratchet going up to here. I had to add a swivel. So, let's see if I can try to give you a little view. Ratchet, a little extension. Can you see? Can you see? What we got? Back of the motor, the back of the intake. I'm sorry. Up there you are, look. So we got an extension with a swivel, with a small socket. And we're getting baby turns on it, not a lot of turns. And we're at the back of the, all right, now it just freed itself up. All right, so let me put you on pause for a second, and I'll come back. So, as you can see, it was a 1/16 inch socket. Takes off the factory. You can see I had it out because I put the pipe thread in there. Okay, it's a 3-pin. So, the factory one and the aftermarket one are very similar. This is made by Standard Products. This is the GM one. So this one here, they made this diameter a little bit smaller than that diameter. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tap it into a 1 inch. I mean, it does fit. Look, it just goes in there, but it's a little snug. So I could probably use the 1/16 if I have to, but maybe since this is so old and worn, it might be a little loose, you know. Once you're in there and you're old and worn, you get a little worn out, huh? All right, so best bet is to put this in by hand. It's going to go behind your intake, which I showed you back there. And I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time because this video is not going to be great quality as it is. So let's not make you nauseous with me shaking the camera. All right, so let me put this in, and I'll do a quick shot. So I don't know if you can tell, but that's it in the back of the motor. So it sits, sensors right here, okay, and then it screws into this 90-degree block. Now, if you were to see if I can try to get some light on there. There you go. So that's a sensor like that sitting on the block. You might have a glare. I'm trying to, oh, you see how that shininess? That's the sensor. So it sits in the back of the motor. You can see that that's the top of the valve cover right there. That's the valve cover in the rear on the driver's side. So screws in. And how tight do you make it? Well, you know what? On sensors like this, I'm just going to give it a little snug and then just a little tap. That's it. You know, a little tightness just so it can't rotate out. All right, so let me tighten it up and come back. Right, so we're back. So you see the plug is in, sensor's tight. This is the back of the motor right behind the EGR valve. Okay, and this is the LT1 for an F body 95. Might be a little different, but let's get the light out of there. So let's go over what we used. And the only thing that I wasn't too happy with is the fact that the aftermarket company decided to make it a 1-inch socket. So I had to use the 1-inch 12-point socket to tighten it up. And to take it out, I had to use the 1/16. So this is what I use right here to give me the proper strength and leverage. So old sensor here. Is it bad? It's not leaking, but you know what? It's old. So this one here, look at 1/16 GM, nice tight. And this one, too small. So GM is 1/16, and I'll give you a picture of the socket. It's just a basic 1/2-inch drive. It's an S&K. That's a part number on it if you need it. Made in the United States, God bless America. And 1/16. And our aftermarket part, because I thought I was getting a GM part, was made by Craftsman, made in America, all right. And this size is 1 inch right there, 1. And you can see it's a 12-point right there. Lots of use on that one. This socket is probably older than most people watching this show. Probably older than the car. And the car's a 95, so this socket's probably from the 50s or the 60s. Don't know. Don't quote me on it, but all right. So let's do a first start. All right, let's see how the oil pressure is. All right, let me come back. All right, so let's see what the oil pressure does. First start, the car is cold, as you can see from the temperature. Got a lot of miles on it, but it doesn't run too bad. All right, so it's probably reading similar to what the other one was reading. So and the tachometer is not correct. All right, I call that success for now. And it should zero itself out. And right back up. Okay, so this is just a quick little video on replacing the oil pressure sending switch if you have a LT1 95. So 93 to 97 I believe is LT1s, and if you're having trouble finding your oil pressure switch, look behind your intake manifold by the EGR. I think that's where they put them in the F bodies. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and let's see what happens. Maybe I can get more than 10 views. Thanks.